All right, guys, welcome back. I'm going to go ahead and periodically put in a door video here and there because people do like it well. Today we have a 16 by 7 and an 8 by 7 Wayne Dalton 8000. There's going to be some different things here that you guys haven't seen yet. The way the spring goes on the 8 by 7 is different when you set it up. And I'm going to kind of go over some other things that kind of revise on the other video that we've had to change a little bit because of a couple issues that came about, so that we straightened out now. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get this stuff unloaded and we're going to get going here. We'll probably put up our 16 by 7 first, but as I'm going, I'm going to kind of talk through it a little bit and kind of, and I'm going to wear these glasses today to try to give you guys better views of the things that I didn't have in the other videos, so you guys can kind of see it a little bit better. So hopefully that helps out a little bit. And I kind of figured, because there's guys that do, I watch videos all the time with people's channels where they do the same thing every day on their channel and people seem to enjoy it. These videos with the doors have been getting a lot of views, and I'm going to post a couple of them. So, all right, let me get this stuff unloaded. I'll be right back with you guys.
I'm a trendsetter. Okay. Let go. Hey, okay, I know I'm here to stay. Counting on my wins, so I can't play it safe. Try to go against us, get you.
All right, guys, we got it all unloaded. I got this stuff laid out. I got all my number ones across the top with the ones down, numbers down on all the panels. Now I just taken, once again, these go in the bottom roll, the bottom slot. So you got an upper and a lower. You want to put them in the lower. I want to kind of go back over this again. So as I'm going through this, sorry guys, it might be a little noisy, but as I'm going through this, I want to kind of talk through what's changed, the revised meaning of this video. So left and right, put my left on that side, right over there. Keep all this other stuff in the box. I lay my spring holders up here. So you got a tab, this tab right here. The bracket goes to the outside, the tab goes in with the opening of the teeth going down. So your clicker's on the inside with this tab. So that's going to be our right side. Now I'm going to show you what the difference is on the 8 by 7 that I was talking about on the spring setup on it. All right, once again, put all your bolts and stuff in your areas. I put my lags and my, I put these together, and like I said, I lay them out up there. So when we're going through and putting this stuff up, it goes quick. Takes a little second to put them all together, but if you want to go back and watch the, I think it's the second door video I posted on how I unloaded off my truck and stuff. I didn't want to bore you guys with that again. Okay, here I'm laying out my lags again. That's what I was going to tell you guys. I put my lags in my right pocket. You can put them however you want, but this is what I did. Put my lags over here. I put my self tappers in my upper pocket, which I always keep some. And then I put my, now remember these on, we'll put these on our rails here in a minute. A bolt, one of they got like little teeth on them. We'll put one on each side to hold our upper brackets to the side rails. Okay, bolt and nut. Okay, these are just extras. Okay, here's some more of the self tappers. I take out all this is the hardware for like the handles and stuff like that. We don't put them up. You can if you want, but eventually there's openers that get put on probably 99% of these doors. And that stuff, it's just going to be in the way and not get used ever again. So, okay. Now I take 4 of these red ones, 1 on each end, 2 in the middle. And we'll talk about that again here in a second for those of you guys that ain't watched the other videos. Like I said before, I encourage you to go watch them. They're pretty good videos. Okay, I take out all my self tappers, separate them from the normal ones. I'm going to slow this down as much as I can, guys. I usually try to go real fast through this stuff just so I can get done. because I do go home and work out of the shop still. So anytime I can make up and be back at the shop sooner, I try to. Without, and that's in a fashion where I know I'm doing it fast enough where I'm not going to mess stuff up here. You know what I mean? I don't want to do a bad job for where I work because I'm trying to rush to get to my place. So I do it in a decent fashion. Okay, now let's get these apart. I want to make sure my things still follow me around. Okay, on these, if you guys remember, the ones who did watch, they do come a little tightened from the factory. I unloosen them so I ain't got to fool with it when I'm putting them up. Okay. Then I just take a big screwdriver and I'll go inside these band clamps. Do it away from your face. Do a little twist and down, and it rips them. That's how I do it. If you guys want to do it another way, I used to cut them with my sorry about that truck. With my cable cutters, but man, after about 20 doors, it dulled them out. Good thing they're just Harbor Freight ones, but still, they're good ones. I mean, if I don't abuse them, they last forever, but they are a lifetime warranty. So I can take them back. Okay, now on these, remember, we put this rail, how do I explain this so it's easier for you guys to know? Okay, just make sure on either side, the flat part's down and this part's up when you put them on the rails. So if you're putting it on like this, with the flat part up, that's not how you want it. And once again, I'll explain again why when we're putting them up. You'll see how easy it goes together up there. Tap them on. You can use your door as a little bench, but just be careful when you're putting your tools up and down off of it, and so you don't damage it. But as long as you're easy with it, they're not, they're not going to break or nothing. You know what I mean? Just be respectful to the property, right? All right, here's them bolts and nuts I was talking about that we put on to hold those in place. Some people don't even put these in, guys. I do, because when you get up here to put them on and you have to tap them around a little bit, it's likely to go back and come out of that slot because it's only in here with this slot right here. So, all right, we got a left and a right. I'm trying to do this and watch you guys. All right, I set these up. As I said before, we'll do the 16x7 first, and then we'll do the small one. Okay, this slot goes up. Okay, on the 8000s, you got a 9 and a 10. The 9 goes on the bottom, which is going to be the middle slot, and the 10 goes on the bottom slot of the upper 3. I just flip it around. I try to keep it off the concrete because they freshly pour them and it'll chip it up. So just kind of hold it up, tap them level. Put our top braces on. They just twist on and turn on in one of those slots. All right, now let me get the other one ready real quick. Middle, bottom. And be careful with these guys, they are sharp. I'm handling them around quickly because I'm used to them, but that don't mean I can't get cut either. Just be careful. Wear gloves if you feel comfortable with that, but to me, when I wear the gloves, I can't do the nuts and the bolts good. Let me set these up first. Okay, so we're gonna take our right barrel, cable barrel, we're gonna lay it down there, bring it this close to the opening. Gotta keep wanting to watch to see if that's working. I'm gonna take all 3 of our rollers, which is top, number 3, number 2, in order. And we'll just take them as we need them. And then one with the washer, one without for each side, and the right side spring bracket. I just set those up there. Same with this side. Those go on the ground with me because we put them up as we're putting the next set of hinges on the panels. Okay, let's mount this real quick. I take a lag. Oh, you know what? We got to go through and put our, sorry guys, go around your openings. Make sure you have no nails, no staples, and pull them out. Sometimes people leave this bottom nail in here. Just because it's not in the way now, it don't mean it ain't gonna be in the way later when you're putting your photo sensor, your eyes in for your opener. So just be courteous and take them out for the next, because I may not be coming back here to put this opener up. They wrap these wires on here. I mean, they give you more than enough. More than enough. Try to push that wire back a little so we don't damage it. Got a bunch of staples in it. Should be okay, nothing's hanging out. Okay, now we can mount our bracket. All right, so normally you're kind of not gonna know for sure, but what I'll do is I'll set it and try to make it level, and I'll make sure that top one has about a decent amount of ledge on this outer side. That's a good start usually if you do it like that. Set my lag to the outside. Oh, you know what? I need to get my glasses so you guys can watch certain things. Okay, we'll get those here in a second. I'll leave this here. Oh no, sorry guys, rushing around. We need to put all this stuff together. All right, we won't need this for a minute. All right, now I set the next socket I'll be using is a 9/16 and my level when we put our side arms on. So I just get that ready down there. Okay, now let's go through. Here's the left side. I put these on the ground over here with me. Grab some of these, not the self-tappers, the regular ones. Oh, here I go rushing again. Here's another thing I wanted to talk about. All right, so, okay, previously when we was trimming these lower retainer seals, we was cutting them in and at an angle. Well, what that was doing was it was leaving a hole at the corners even after the stop mold was put on, and it was a little hole down there. In the winter, they would shrink even worse than what we was setting them. So now we leave about a good ½ inch out on each side, and I've been having good luck with it on both sides. That thing stopped following me a second ago, probably because I got out of the way of the. Okay, now let's get our first set of, and I'll show you these. You know what, guys? Let me get my glasses because the holes I want you to get. I know I explained them before, but I want you guys to watch. Hang on one second. All right, guys, I think I'm recording. All right, so once again, all right, when I do these, I put them at a little angle. So when I tighten that, I can go that way with it and it stays tight. I don't have to come back and check it again. I hope these glasses are recording. Like I said, I'm going to try to go as slow as I can here. Okay, now this holds a retainer on. And this bracket being where it's at right now, it makes it in the correct place to keep the door away from the opening. If we were to put that up on one set of holes up and use a use this one and this one, but one set up, so this wouldn't be down here, the door would be pushed against the wall too much. When it opens, it will drag. Okay, now these I put in for one simple fact, because they use these little ones, and they come out, and as these contractors open these doors, shut them, open and shut them before the openers get put in, these, some reason they'll start to fall out here and there, especially if they're a little few loose ones from the factory. Now, before you know it, this thing's hanging. So you do this, it won't happen again. And for your personal door at home, if you're not putting an opener up, you do that and it will never come off either. So either way. All right, so we're set on those. Put the rest of these. All right, I'm gonna cut these off for a second. I just hope they don't die on us, guys. All right, let's get our lower panel on. I'll cut these back on in a second to watch what we're doing. I hope that thing's still following me around. Okay, 2 of these on each side. All right, let's put this bad boy down in there. Okay, let me cut this back on. I hope this door don't slip. I don't know if I'm doing this right or not. I put that with that part in, feed it around like that. Put your lower roller, top roller, hook them in, put a cable over the top. Now on these 8000s, they're flimsy and heavy on the outside. So just kind of hold it as you did that down there. Pick up on it so it keeps that top roller on. Same thing. Now, I'm gonna slide that in between there just for a start. See if it's the same on both sides. About right there, which is good. We got this in a pretty decent spot. All right, grab another lag. See, now we got that kind of there. Now, wrap this around. Keep the cable on the inside. Hook those, twist it around. Now, make sure it's straight up top. And you got a little play, see that play there? Now watch it, because if you see how I twist that in, if I leave it out and put my lag in, it'll pull that out and give us a big gap. So twist it in, come in just a hair. Okay, see, it left us decent. And we can adjust with that, and we're not too open. Now I bring that out just a hair from where it was sitting. And that open that just a tiny bit, see? All right, we're good up here. Let's put one more lag down here because we know it's okay. We're good. All right, I'm gonna cut these off. We'll set our next set of roller brackets on here. Hold on. I do hope that's working. I want you guys to see that. Okay, now I'll grab number 2, 3 more number 1s, number down. This is just me on this number 2 panel. I'll use self tappers on these, because by the time you get to the top with your other screws, you won't have enough. You'll be using them up there either way, but I put them on the second panel. And they ain't gonna hurt nothing. I just rather use them now. The panel's in the middle. I got that one. Get out of there. Okay, now I get one of my regular ones and get it ready. All right, guys, instead of me trying to make that thing follow me all the time, because it keeps stopping in stupid areas, so. All right, grab our second one. Hook it in. Let me cut these back on. Okay, we hooked that in down there. We got that sitting on our ledge. Now, let's get our number 2. Hook it. Remember, use those ones that have the 2 up there. Okay, now on this, start that. Now, you see where this is right here? I try to line those up like that. Now this is going to be the same the rest of the way up. When I get to the top, I'll cut these glasses back on. See how that tightened up? So all we do now, unloosen that a little bit, bring it out of here. Now we gained it back. Because if you don't, by the time you put the next panel up, that one's okay for now. Yeah, I'm gonna cut these off again, and I'll cut them back on as soon as I'll leave that one on when I come back there, because I don't want these to die. All right, let's get our number 3. It'd be nice if they had a screen on there that said play, record. This would also probably be high dollar. These are $40. Okay, get these on here. Give me 1 second, guys. All right, guys, I put my number 3 bracket on top of my gun here, just so it's ready to grab and put in. The screw's ready, and now you're not looking for stuff. That's it. Once you get that in there, you're safe. It ain't going nowhere. Same thing, I'm gonna tighten these up. I'll bring you back. Okay, now we got that up. Let's finish putting our lags in. So make sure we got, a decent mount there, not a whole bunch, because when we tighten this, see what happens? Just me doing that pulled that a bunch. So bring it in just a hair, make sure that's about right here on this little gap, and throw our first one in. And we have that much. Now, I'll straighten that up with a slight angle that way. Just like that. Because when we put our spring on, we want to have some clearance. Sorry about this sun. There's that. That one's okay. put that about right there. Make sure that should be good. Make sure your cable's good. Those are good. Okay. All right, now we'll get our ladder ready. And we'll grab our 9/16 ratchet, socket, level, and I keep my hammer up here because if we need to tap around or hit anything, we're not looking for it. Okay, I take my level and I put it with the long part down right about here. Set that there. Grab this bolt without the washer, the one with the teeth. Put the bolt in your hand, in your left hand, nut in the right. Carefully tap that down. Set your bolt through. Let it rest against it and pinch it. Now I'm just holding it with my 2 fingers there. Set the nut. Pull it towards you a little bit so you can tighten it up some more. Get that little slack out of it, because if not, when you go to tighten it with this, it won't be tight enough. All right, give it just a little bit. Bring it, pull it towards you, and bring it up. I set my level about right there, just the bubble just hanging off the back a tiny bit. Now, if you tighten quick strokes like that, it'll pull it right through there. See it? And I should have said before that, guys, before you do that, make sure you're looking good here. Okay? Make sure it's down good and that's looking good. If anything, that may need tapped in just a hair. That's why I got this hammer up here. And that one out of here. Okay. Let's go on this side. I'm not going to cut these back on for this side, guys, just because it's the same thing. So let me turn them off for now so we don't, because I don't know how long these last. I want to be able to catch, oop, we forgot our level. I want to be able to show you up there on the small door. Okay, we got those up. I like bringing these a little closer for the top panel so we don't have to carry it far. Put our gun on that side. We can take our 9/16, put this up, take our 9/16 socket off, and put our 7/16 back on, because that's going to be how we adjust the top rollers after we get the panel up. All right, let's grab our next panel. Yeah, if I'm not looking at that camera, I got to be looking at it, or my face has to be facing it for it to follow me. There is another way to set it to follow just an object, but I'm not sure how to set it yet. And we don't really have time today to mess with that. So, all right, grab our last number 3 and the strut. All right, now self tappers on these. What I'll do is down here, I'll bring it over just maybe 1/4 to 1/2 inch in from the end over here. I put my strut to where it rests against this lip right here. And I've always done it that way. Some guys take it and put this on top of here and screw it along here and wherever it ends up on that side. Either way, I guess you'll be fine. I like it this way because there's a place for it. Now I also do this. 2, and then I'll reverse it, put this one on this side. Now I'm holding up on that door as I push down here because we're towards the middle here. You don't want to bend it. And I'll go back over here. I still hold the door and everything. Even though I'm setting on that thing, I don't want to put a bend mark across it, so I try to keep in my hand. You don't have to push super hard. I mean, once they start, you can ease off a little bit, you know what I mean? Set that where we want it. Now on this one, we'll use a normal one, no self-tap. Put it right here. Straighten it up. Grab 2 self-tappers. Still holding up on that door, on that lip. All right, let me cut these off. Okay guys, I got my gun hanging there with a regular screw in it and my top right bracket sitting on top of the battery there. Flip this up, get your shoulder ready. I usually just kind of keep this here somehow, whatever's comfortable for you. My left one, I bring it over outer ways, and I'll squat down, lift up even, make sure it feels even in my hands. Start my left roller, let that rest over there. Bring it up and over and set it down. Keep a hold of these. Now on the 9100s, you can kind of let go and they sit there better. Hook our wheel in the slot, start our top one. Bring that straight. Get 2 self-tappers. As I pushed up there, I'm holding on the door down here, so nothing comes out of place. All right, now here's where I was telling you. I get the rest of these screws. Scoot this over, line it up. Make sure it's lined up on the whole outer edge. Put them all in. Give me a second. Okay, we got 2 left. That's kind of odd. I usually don't have any. I just put them in a box and throw them away. All right, take your 7/16, push the door in, hold this bracket, push the door in until it rests against it. Keep out on this bracket. I usually snug the inner bolt nut so it holds it. Just snug it. Tighten that one up the same, just a tiny bit. Now, with that door resting against that top part, I take and just tap this in a little bit. Now I snug it a little more, and I make sure I have a little play up there. You only need a little bit, you don't need a whole bunch, because once you set your spring, it'll kind of like lift and pull away from the top. Same over here. Okay, set your ladder in the middle, get rid of the 7/16, put the 1/2 inch on it. That's going to be the next socket you need. Now, let's grab our spring, and we want the sticker, or the sticker goes on the left side of the door as you're looking at it. And when you take your boots off, it's going to be a red coating. You want the red and the sticker down there. Let's see how we got it. And grab your spring bracket. Now these springs are probably up inside this tube. No, this one's out. And then we'll lift it up, make sure that one goes down. Now, this will go like this. With this lip thing up, the hole's going to the left. There's a slot in there. We'll put it on our spring. Slide it on right about here. All right, now, hold the spring, lift this thing up. I usually churn this whole thing and try to get it you'll feel it when it gets down there. It like quiets down and you can feel it hit this end. It either hits the end or gets caught on, it's right there. Let me grab so I ain't gotta keep doing that. I'll just grab a Phillips. There's a little hole right in the end of that spring. You put it in it, put a little bind on it, and pull it out. So there's our red end and sticker down here. Okay. Now, here's how I put this up here. You got to keep this thing like balanced so your springs don't come back in. So just kind of keep this side up, put that side over the lower part of that bracket, keep this up still over here. Rest your hand on top of that strut. Now, put it to the top, slide it down, let the spring lay on that on the U part of that. All right, now I'll put 4 lags up there. Put our ladder down here. We'll grab our last bolt with the washer, put our spring bracket up there, set our bolt nut up there on top of the ladder. Now we need a small regular that fits those screws real nice on those. I'm going to cut my glasses back on and some cable cutters, small ones. Well, whatever cuts the cable's good. Get good ones for this, guys. I've had these since I started and they still cut great. All right, let me cut my glasses back on. Okay. God, I hope these are working. All right, we'll unloosen this. Pull it out in, or you know, pull it through a little bit. With this part out, bring it back through here. So the whole cable null is on the inside. Roll the cable towards the back. You see that nipple, it goes up to fit in this slot. Don't push on the spring. Kind of just easy, walk it on there. Now, grab your hammer, hold the spring, and just tap on this like towards, not on the teeth, but like right on the side. Keep tapping until it feels, and I'll bring it over just a hair more, not a bunch. Keep tapping until it feels solid, then stop. Slide that, you see that little slot right there? Slide that down. Now, take these off, you guys. Don't be like some of these installers. That's it. See that? Simple. Hold your thing because it will come out, see? So hold it up in there. Now, I'm still holding it with my finger right there. Just take it and lift this up and kind of maneuver it on until it sits flat. See how that's flat now? Now let's get our bolt nut and washer. This goes from the inside out. Washer on there. Start all that. Hold it flat, tighten it up. Get your 1/2-inch ratchet. I figured this would be better with glasses so you guys can see it real good. Tighten that up. Get a lag. Now this is just something I do, guys. I flip that around, put that to where it's kind of right there. Put that in that hole. Now when you tighten this, all you gotta do is tighten it to where that bracket's just hitting that wall. You don't have to, you can kind of see that's tight already. I just tap it on like that. You don't have to sit there and torque on it. All right, now with this just like it is, see how it set screws up? I'll go ahead and tighten this up some. Make sure that's going all the way in that groove. Look down, make sure nothing's hanging up. Now, hold this just a little snug. Go down one click. And you've seen that door pick up just a hair because I'm holding this some. Now, just give it a decent tug. That's it. And feel it with this hand right here. So it's a little tight. Keep a hold on this. Keep its, pressure, tension on it. Snug this up. Now you can let go. Now hold the spring and give this a good tightening. You don't have to over torque it, just tighten it good, that's all. Put that in the back. It's another thing, guys. When I first started, I was showed just wind that up and tuck it in that little hole. Well, eventually they'll pop out of there. This gets tangled up in here. What do you think that's gonna do? You can figure out the rest. So cut it about right there, and a little more, right there. Now, I'll work this in that hole. Up here, give it a squeeze. What that does is, see that bend? It'll help it stay in there. That's it, that's all you gotta do. It looks clean, it's nice. It ain't gonna come out and screw all your stuff up. Put the trash in there. All right, same thing over there. I'm gonna cut these glasses off so we're not wasting them. All right, guys, we got our stands over there. Got that stuff set up and ready. Now, we got our other roller, cable tight. Everything's done down there as we did it on that side. Now on this, get your lag ready. Don't drop your tool. Bring that over. Make sure this is resting against that black thing and kind of hold it with your finger. And just bring that up to where that spring looks level all the way across. Don't do that and don't let it drag. Just look at it. It ain't gotta be perfect, but make sure it's level. And this thing ain't gotta be directly in the middle because some of these headers are there or there. They put them on weird everywhere. So it's just on the framer, however he does it. And that's it. Now, let's set our spring. All right, grab your tool, turn this to like you're tightening it, just so it clears that back bolt. Slide it on, pull that out, set it to 0, best you can there. Flip that up, twist on that until that releases. Get your drill, you want to use a drill. I don't hold or touch anything while that's tightening because just stay safe and clear. And I'm just resting on that. You don't have to push hard or any of that. Watch your number. I usually go about a click or two past 16. Right there. Reverse it, come off easy, just to where that comes right off smooth. Same on that side. All right, guys, over here, same thing. Put your tool on there. Turn it to where it slides on easy. 0. Now in here, flip the lever, make sure that's away from that thing. That's important. Don't touch anything. Tighten that up till it gets about right around 50. Watch the door start to raise. Okay, I'm about a little past it. Now I'll start to make sure I just go about 1 or 2 clicks past 16. And as long as it's moving up and down like that, work it a little bit for its first few times so it's nothing sticking. If it's coming back down good like that, you're probably in a good area. Take your tool off. All right, grab some vice grips. We're done with the ladder for now. Put it on this side of the corner because we're going to be working on that rail there. So, bring this up about, and then I'll set these vice grips about chin level, probably, right in there. You ain't got to over tighten these and bend that rail. Just clamp them decently. Bring this up the rest of the way so it stops. Make sure these rails ain't all the way bent out where these rollers are going to fall. 2 reasons. See, that's out a little bit. Just tap them in. But you don't want your door to fall. I did this, I set my doors. The drywaller guys came out of the house at another place and they was bringing their scaffolds out in pieces. No, I'm sorry, he was taking them out to his truck. He went by that rail and he knocked it and banged it and that thing came off and that whole door fell down and messed it up. All right. Yeah, so be precautious with the other people coming in and out working. Let them know what's going on because they don't pay attention. So let me get these opened up and laid out. I'll bring you back. No sense in watching that twice, so give me a few. All right, a couple things, guys, I didn't mention on the other one. I have mentioned it in the other videos, though. On these lower brackets, there's a nipple. You want to make sure that nipple goes out and down. You want it on the bottom of both sides. I'm sure some of you probably seen it on the other door, but I wanted to mention that. What else? Oh, the red screws that we put across the bottom, there's only 3 in this one on each end, and you can put this on either side. You only need 3 there, and that's about it. I'm going to get this side up real quick and bring you back when we're doing the top part, as I told you guys about the difference in the spring, how it goes on, or how you got to put it together. So, be back shortly. All right, guys, got it all up, got our top rollers tight. So here's going to be the difference. On this one, only one end has a spring. That don't have anything, and I'll show you here in a minute why. So same thing. Now on this, I just take and hold this spring and everything right here, and I put that part up there, walk up here, and this door don't get a strut either. Now, we're gonna see that slot. We're gonna hook that down there, just so it don't go nowhere. Keep this away from that for now, and just let that rest on that part down there. All right, same. Almost took a big spill. All right. Same thing. We're gonna get this side ready, and then I'll show you what goes on down there. Walk it on easy, don't push your spring in. Now on this, I'm only going to bring it in just a little because I don't want that to fall off down there. Go ahead and snug your cable up a little bit. See that was stuck behind that door? You got to always check all the way down. All right. I'm glad that happened so you guys can see what I was talking about there. All right, feed that on. These are always less room. You don't have too much room anymore where the wall's built. Sometimes there's a little more than that, but normally it's like this. You don't have much room there. Okay. Snug it up, check it again. Keep tension on it. Just snug it. Now, hold that spring. You don't want to pull it out down there. Just hold it level and kind of hold towards you a little bit while you tighten it. Okay. I haven't made one of them today. I'm pretty good at making them. All right. Now for the difference. This is what you have down here. Try to keep your ladder this way a little bit because you're going to want to work on this side here in a minute. It gets one of these. This is still the same. So you want to put it on the same way. Cable towards the back. Put that in your groove. Now you can start. Now set it there. Get your hammer. You got to kind of have all this ready because as soon as we get this over, tap right there, not on the teeth. And you don't have to hit real hard, guys. Right there. Hold it. Get this thing. All it does is pushes in there. And falls right in there just like that. Get your bolt in the nut. Same thing. It just requires one on, the tension on the other side because it's a lighter door, it's smaller. That's why this side doesn't have it. But I wanted you guys to see how that went on in case you guys buy a smaller door for your house and you're wondering how all that goes together. Sometimes instructions are funny. Now you see how I just tighten that without splitting and busting that? That's all you want to do. You don't want to go too much. Same thing, make sure that cable's falling through all the way around. Give it a good snug, look down, make sure everything's good, and tighten her up. Okay. One. Nope. Okay. You can take all these tools back. All right, I'm gonna set I'm gonna mount that up there. Spring tension the same, 16 and a half. Twist it up and down, make sure your door's moving, just like we did on that one, and it's set. I'm gonna do that, get it up to the, right that height over there, and put a clamp in there. I'll bring you guys back when we're making our backdrops. All right, guys, I went around, marked all my studs in my ceiling with my stud finder, like we did. Now I'm gonna just hold this arm level. I'm going to pinch these two together. Make sure I got a little bit of a gap between that top roller there and the where it goes into the bracket. Now I'm going to kind of see where it lines up and put me a little mark up here. So now when I look down to get my bolt, I ain't going to lose my spot. Or you can count the holes. Either way, I like to put a little mark in it. Don't tighten it all the way up so it can still move. And this is how I did all of them. This is the last one. Okay. Let's use that side. Let's see. And then these are 1/2 inch wrench, 1/2 inch socket. Let's start there and go up. And just hit them. You ain't gotta over torque them, because if you gotta take them down for something, they'll be stripped. You'll have to bring new ones in out of your vehicle, out of your tools. Okay, we're good. All right. Change this back over to my this one. We're gonna adjust the door now. I already adjusted that one. Let me refocus this. All right, take our grips out. The door's tight. We have to adjust it. Hang on. Yeah, sometimes you'll get lucky and it'll be really, really close. You won't have to really even adjust it. I just loosen these up. Tap it out. That's why I always put my lag on the inside of that slot. So now you can adjust it out a little bit. test it. I think we gotta put a little more tension on it. Maybe not, yeah. Yep, a little bit more. It's still grabbing. That may need to come out of here more. I gotta loosen that. Just a touch. I guess we'll need it too a little bit. I'm out of room, so I gotta move my bolt over. Yep, that's the side. Okay, now let's try it. That's better. Okay. So we need to put a little bit of tension on both of them, because that one needs it too a little bit when I adjusted it. So, and I always leave, I tighten that side first when we do our springs, then that one, just the way I do it. And I always leave that one about a click or two less. So if I got to adjust, I'll go back over here and adjust. And it's as simple of just putting it back on there, setting your dial where it was, and it's still there from, it was the same as that side. And then I'll just go up a couple clicks. Loosen it up. Now let's test it again. That's better. You want it to be with the opening. Okay, last but not least, let's put our slide lock in. And then all we gotta do is the stop mold, which I'm not gonna put on there, guys, because it's on the other videos, and it's just, go back and watch it there if you wanna watch that. I did it in both of them, so there's really no reason to do it again, you know what I mean? So let's just set this here. Make sure it opens and shuts. Now, open the door back up. Make sure it don't hit your rail. No easy so you can hear it. That one hits. So what I normally do is, I'm glad it did that. I can show you what I do now. Put it on this side. Ah, come on. Now I'm gonna start dropping stuff. All right, let's listen again. You usually feel it. No click, no click. Go up and down, we're good. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and put a little more tension on that door, put the slide lock on it, install my stop mold, and we're finished here. If you guys want to see more of this kind of stuff, just let me know, put it down in the comments. I'd be more than happy to do it. Like I said, periodically I will, because things change from time to time on what you're doing that day, and I'll just bring you along with me. You know what I mean? Like I said, there's guys that have channels out there that, I watch this one guy that paints cars. That's all he does, the same thing every day. Blends panels, paints cars, no different. So, but like I said, these videos are getting a lot of views, so periodically I will post it. Thanks again, guys. Please, this helps these videos. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. That if you comment on it and if you watch them instead of just skip through them, you know, even if you're just let them play and play for me, it helps me out tremendously if you just let them play throughout at least once. And YouTube sees it as people are really wanting to watch this, not just click it open and shut it off, you know. So it keeps it in the algorithm if you watch it. So please, if you could do that for me, it doesn't cost you a penny. I really appreciate you guys so much. It's growing, but slowly and slowly. Oh, and I'm getting everything ready at the shop since I've been back to work now. That's why I figured I'd put a video, this video in, but the Planet Hammer build, we'll get right back on that. Thanks, guys. See you then on the Planet Hammer.